Hello everyone, this is Jair, and in this video I wanted to show you all the steps I follow to recover some channels after a migration of my node from LND to core lining. So as you can see here in the screen, this is the previous situation. This is my scenario. I had an LND Umbrel LND implementation running on the Umbrel software node, Lightning node, and I had a channel of 2 million sats with another peer running core Lightning. So what happened is that when I needed to migrate my node from an old hardware to a new hardware. All the channels that I have with the different peers on this node, after the migration, they were all closed automatically. There are ways that you can migrate without closing the channels, but it's a topic for a different video. What I did is, after restoring the backup file of the migration, all the channels were closing automatically, and the sats were automatically moving directly to my own chain wallet in the Umbrel node. For example, in your Umbrel you have two wallets. One is the on-chain wallet and the other one is the Lightning wallet. So on this wallet you deposit Bitcoin, and when you open channels with other peers, this Lightning wallet automatically gets filled out. It takes funds from here, it takes sats from here, and it moves them here, and then that's how it opens different channels like this. Okay, and then when the channels get closed, all the funds from here, they move back to the Bitcoin wallet. That's the way how it works on LND in Umbrel, for example. So to go back to explain, after I moved the LND software to a new hardware, all the channels were closed, and I received all my sats back into the on-chain wallet. But the exception, there were two channels that they were showing as waiting close or closing. In total, I have 3 channels waiting close or closing. This is how they were showing. If you look at the bottom here, this one is the one that we're going to be working on today. And this channel has been like this for two weeks or 3 weeks. And you keep waiting and nothing happens. And I thought that it was because of the time chain mempool was full or something like that. Because you can see here that there is a lot of activity in the time chain and all the blocks are full. I thought that was the reason why it was taking long, because normally the way a closed transaction or foreclosed channel should look like is like this. It should show you force closed, and it should show here closed, and it should show the peer information. This is my node, this is the peer, the other node, the balance capacity here, and then it will tell you exactly the transaction when it was open, and it also will tell you the transaction which is when it was closed. This is how normally it should show when there's a force closed channel, but in my case that never happened. So it was just showing when I was looking for details about the channel here. If I click on it and I look for details about it, it tells you 0 sats here, and you think, oh, maybe I don't have any sats with this channel. Maybe I just don't need to receive anything, and that's not correct. I actually opened a channel of 2 million sats with this peer, so I definitely should have something to receive. So let's close this, and then as you can see, it's still showing as closing. And then what I did is I also started looking at other tools, like for example writing the Lightning, which is a tool for Lightning as well. It's a Lightning application where you can investigate and you can see what is the status of your channel. So if you go here and you click on lining them peer channels and you look at pending, you will see that waiting close shows is one waiting, and you can see also that limbo channel says 0, local and remote also says 0, and you would think, it's okay, maybe I don't have any sats, and it's not correct. You have funds here, so you need to recover that. And then if you click on view info, here you can get some information that can help. For example, if you copy the channel point and without the column and one, just copy the channel point, and then you paste that into the mempool, it will show you the information. It will show you the current information of that channel. In this case, this one is one that I recovered and it shows inactive. But the way how it's going to show on the other channel when it's pending, it will show like this. It will show that the channel is still active. As you can see, this is the node that is pending in my node here. And I apologize that we're going to be jumping to a lot of screens, but it's because I want to make sure that you understand what are we recovering here. So the peer is you got IT, and if we look at the current status of that channel is active. I already closed this channel long time ago, and it's been waiting there, and we never got any closing results or any closing feedback. So that's what we're going to try to recover. So if we go back to here, the first step that you want to do, also another thing I noticed is that when I wasn't doing investigation, I found this post, and I need to do a big shout out to Goliath and to Stargate, and also the developer for this tool, which is a developer from Lightning Labs, and also a big shout out to Darkcoin as well, who has a very good document that explains some of the information here as well. Big credits for him. But this is the engineer, Gugero Tools. He has a tool called chantools, and that's the tool that I'm going to be showing you. So when I was investigating what was the issue, I noticed that when I investigated about the channels that were pending close for long time, it happens that my node is an LND implementation, is Umbrel with LND, and the peers, they both were using C-lining. As you can see here, this owner explained here that he describes that his node or her node is running C-lining, same as this other one that we're going to be trying to recover. It's also showing that it's C-lining. So I assume that those two nodes were running C-lining. And pay attention to this address here. This address, we're going to need it for the recovery process. So for now, I will leave this open, and let's go back to the screen where I can show you the scenario. So after all the channels were closed, only those remaining channels with the core lining nodes were in waiting close or closing state. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try to do the process to recover those sats. Again, this is being in this status for weeks, and if you don't do anything, it will never come back to you. It looks like it will never be paid back. It will be like in the limbo, lost somewhere in the limbo. Not lost, but somewhere, paused somewhere, and it will not come back to you unless you do this that I'm showing you. Okay? So, as you can see here in the guide, he explains that we have to download this application and install it in your node. So that's what I did. I went to the GitHub page, which is here, and then I make sure that I downloaded the latest version. I did all the different verification to make sure that you are downloading the correct code. You can follow these instructions here to verify that the code is the correct one. So for me, I downloaded in a Linux. I'm running a Linux system, so I downloaded this one here. and then I unzip or gunzip the file this way. So I am right now in that folder, and you can see that I have here the chantools. That's the application. So if we run the ./chantools and then --help, we can see all the different options that we can use. We can apply the flags that we can apply with this application. And the one that we're going to be using is this one: trigger for close. Connect to the PR, send the custom message to the trigger, and force close of the specified channel. That's what we're going to try to do. So first is basically install the application. Download the application into the folder on your Linux system. I use wget, or you can download it and then put it here with CP. This is also out of the scope of the video, but the point is you have to download that file. You have to download this file and put it into your node. The way I did that is, again, with the wget command. So I went here and I did wget, and then I pointed to that URL. So I just did like this, and then I did copy link address, and then I went to the command line interface and put the address, and that basically what it's going to do is going to download it. And then you run the command tar xbf, and then this command here with this file, it will unpack the file, and it will create a directory like this, and then you change directories inside that. And once you are there, you have access to the channel tools, the chantools command. So we're going to run that command, and you do /chantools, select this option. All right, and then next, what we're going to do is we're going to do a space, and then we're going to choose the address of the peer on the 1ml application, which is here, and the channel is the peer is you.it. This is the name of the peer, but this is the address that I need. This address, the public key with the IP address and the port. So I copy that, and then I go back to the command line and paste that information here. And then the next portion of information is space, and then we type channel point. In my case, you can copy the channel point from this application called Writing the Lining, and here, if you go to the channel that is waiting for close, which is here, this one here, you just open it, and then you go to the view info, and you copy the channel point here. You copy this information exactly how it is here. You copy it, and then you go back to the terminal and you paste that information here. The next step here, as you can see in this guide, let's close this, and then I'm just basically following this guide, and it's a trigger close. You will use the trigger close option, and then oh my bad, so let's fix this. Channel tool trigger close without the dash. Okay, so it's this way. My apologies. So let's go back and fix the command. Right, so we go back to the beginning of the command, and then we remove this dash, and we just put trigger for close, and then we do peer, and then we put the address of the peer like the command says here, and the address and the port, and then space -- channel _ point, and then the channel point and the ID, just exactly how we did it. And the next, just like we did here, we went here and we opened this and we got the channel point plus the column and the ID, and that's the ID that we see in this channel here, just like it shows here. And then the tool will ask you for your seed phrase, and this is the part when I was a little bit skeptical, but then after verifying and looking at the tool that it was legit, I went ahead and it worked, which is required to initiate encrypted P2P communication with a peer. So that's what we're going to do here. Okay, so what it says here, if the channel is observed by LND. Okay, yes. So I remember I run this command and I could see that the channel was not, it was close transaction confirmed, but this is, we can do this after to verify. So let's go ahead and move let's go ahead and run the command. And as you can see, it will ask you for the 24 words. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to pause the video. I will put my 24 words, and then I'm going to blur them before I run them, okay? Because I don't want to, obviously, you never want to show the seed phrase to anyone. Basically, where do you get your phrases is you go to your Lightning node. In my case, I have the Umbrel, and if I go to these 3 dots here in the top, and then you have an option that say view secret words, like it's indicated in the manual here. What you do is you just press enter. Here is sending a foreclose message to the node, so it can close the channel and it can send us back whatever is the remaining of the channel that we had open with them before. And this is great because now this waiting forever message is solved, is resolved, and you will get your money back. So let's go back to the node. Let me bring it back here, and then you will see right now we don't have any information about new deposit coming up, but we're going to see it very soon. Let's open a new tab here with the mempool, and we're going to paste here the force close transaction, and we search, and right now you can see the force close transaction is in this block waiting right now, and we have 16 sat, which is pretty good. It will be confirming very soon. At this point, I'm going to pause the video as well, and I will go back as soon as this is ready to confirm, because when it confirms, what's going to happen is it's going to close the channel that we have currently with this peer, which is this one here. We have a channel with them, but for them it shows that our channel is still active. So if I go back here and I look at the channels of this node, this is public information that we can see, very transparent. I want to see what channels he has or she has in the active status, and you can see here that there is a channel that right now probably, oh okay, it's another page here, so let's look. So maybe we are in the third page. Here we are. So yeah, so you can see this is the channel that we're still waiting for such a long time, and it never came back to us. But now we force the closure to close in this channel, because it was never closing from their side, and that is what we're going to accomplish now. So at the moment, it's still pending here. is waiting to be confirmed. And also in our node, we still don't see any sats coming back to us. So we'll keep the eye on this area, and also we'll keep the eye on this one here, because this is the closing transaction. And another important thing while we're waiting, because I think I can explain some other important aspects of this is that you can always use tools like 1ML to find out information about the peer that you are connecting or you open nodes with. It's a very good idea to stay in touch with them to at least find out if they have any type of form of communication, maybe like Nostr or Telegram or Twitter. If there aren't any of those, it's good to have communication with them. But with this tool that I found from this engineer from Lightning Labs, is excellent, because with this tool we don't even have to bother the peer. We can run the commands ourselves, and we can force close any channels that are pending forever. So here is what the channel point shows at the moment before getting closed. So you can see channel open with you got IT is what's open on this time with this number of transactions, and it's being confirmed so many times, and this is the size, about 2 million sats. And then right now it shows active here, but as soon as this transaction confirms, the channel will be foreclosed, and we will see that the status of that channel will change from active to inactive. All right, and as you probably heard, this transaction was just confirmed, and we can take a look at the status on the node now, and we will see probably here very soon. We'll see some information. If we get any sats back from that transaction or from that channel, it will be showing here. So let's oh, there you go. Imagine if you didn't know how this worked, and you will lose at least $345 in value equivalent to in sats. So now this transaction is coming back to your on-chain wallet, and you successfully recover your sats. And again, this is now pending, but already was confirmed one time. And this is the transaction for closing that channel with that node that never responded to you. And if we go back to the writing the Lightning, it's still showing close one here, but if we refresh, now there is nothing waiting here, and it's already all is being completed. There is no waiting channel to close, so we already successfully got it. So right now it moved from waiting close to pending for close. So now it's in process of pending for close, and we can see here the same transaction. It's a closing transaction now, and this is much better. And we know that it's going to be completed here very soon. It's just a matter of time, but it's being a very short time. Probably in the second confirmation, that's it. You will be able to use those sats now for opening a new channel or do whatever you want, because it's already back to your node. I know this was a long video. I will try to edit it as best as I can to make it shorter, but it's very, very, very important to see that, and also for a way to recover your channels, and also to get rid of this problem here, and then you can now get back your sats to your previous node. And as well, if you look at in the node here in the below part, it's still showing closing, but if we refresh here, very shortly, this message from this one is going to disappear, and then we will only have the full deposit just like this one here, which I did 5 hours ago, That was one of another channel that was pending, and I foreclosed it using the same tool, the same similar process. So that's all I have for you. I hope this is helpful, and stay tuned for other technical videos coming in the next month. I will try to do at least one per month. Thank you again, and until next time.